Happy Monday evening, everyone. I am King Phi, meteorologist Adam Claibon. A lot of clouds out there, just a little rain, if you even saw rain at all here today. We saw a lot more of the activity out towards the tip of the Olympic Peninsula, and it looks like we'll keep more of the action as we head into the night over the Olympic Peninsula. Maybe Whatcom County, the San Juans, seeing a few showers here as we head into the night and early into your day for Tuesday. We're going to go over that, plus some additional mountain snow to go along with that, as we're going to keep those temperatures lower. Those snow levels, they're going to stay lower too, and this active period continues throughout the week, which might play a role as we head late into the week. Thursday night into Friday, that's going to be the total lunar eclipse, and clouds, good chance that they're going to be around. So we'll get into that here right now, actually. So let's talk about the forecast as we go later into the week. This is in the next 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Most of Tuesday, just like today, probably going to stay dry for many of us. If you're out over the Olympic Peninsula, near north of Skagit County, you're probably going to see some shower activity at some point early into the day on Tuesday. But if not, and you're south of there, it's going to be until maybe later tomorrow evening, or even more so tomorrow night, before we do start to see the rain come on in. Better chances of rain being more widespread heading into Wednesday. That will be more of your wet day. It's going to be Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll have some of those showers around, especially during the first half of the day. Second half of the day kind of tapering off to a certain degree, but we're more concerned with what's going to be happening heading into that night. So let's talk about that right here. The total lunar eclipse, that's going to start up as we go later into Thursday night, and this is going to last until early Friday morning. The times we're looking out for will be between about 10 o'clock that Thursday night until about just before 2 a.m. heading to early Friday morning. And the particular times, especially for that total eclipse time, will be from about 11:30 p.m. Thursday night until about 12:30 early into Friday morning. And you can see those are going to be times where we might have to deal with not only just cloud coverage, but even some shower activity too. The only thing we might have going for us is that the system earlier into Thursday might be heading out of here, and so we could see a few breaks as we head on into that point. But we'll get into that here in just a second. Let's talk about what's happening here really throughout the week, which is cooler than average temperatures, highs generally in the 40s, and more rain chances, which are going to be ahead for us. Lows in the 30s too. Those are going to be pretty chilly as we go throughout this next week or so. Check out all the clouds that we have here in Hansville. Kind of a beautiful scene right there, but again, very gray, and that's something that's been a consistent theme here all across western Washington, including up here into the mountains, where we have seen things clear out, at least here looking at the highway there, US 2, completely covered by snow and ice early this morning. Things looking a lot better there. The crews have been doing their jobs wonderfully. Tacoma, skies cloudy, just a very small glimpse of the base of Mount Rainier there. And then Bellingham, a lot of clouds out into the bay there, so we take a live look at what's happening. And into your Monday evening, Everett, we got cloudy skies and not really a whole lot really changing for us as we head on into the night. Here we are in Seattle, temperatures holding pretty steady in the mid 40s, and again, a lot of the clouds that have been around, they have been keeping temperatures cooler here throughout today in comparison to what we've been seeing here over the weekend and what we had late last week. 40s here in the lowlands, and this is as of about 6 to 7 o'clock here into your Monday. So we're going to not see these temperatures change a whole lot here into the night, and still up into the mountains too. Key spots, Stevens Pass, Snoqualmie Pass, White Pass. If you're driving across the interstates, things are going to be quiet, but we are seeing that temperatures are cold enough that once we do start to reintroduce some precipitation, that will be putting down snow as opposed to rain. Now here's the radar. It looks a little more active than what it actually is. What you're noticing down that way around Pierce County and down this way around Snohomish County, probably a good bet that most of that what you're seeing showing up right there, not all reaching the ground, so more evaporating before it makes its way down to the surface. And then we're going to zoom into what's happening up this way. This is where you could be seeing some sprinkles up around the tip of the Olympic Peninsula, Clallam County and Neah Bay, making its way into more Vancouver Island. Some sprinkles again. That should be the extent of the rainfall, at least for the first few hours here into the night. As we go deeper into the night, we'll start to see some of that pick up in intensity ever so slightly, but still remain, for the most part, relatively light. So big zoomed out, we're going to be seeing systems continuing to line up and coming on through here as we go over the next week or so, which is going to keep this parade of systems really going here for a while. So looking at Futurecast, Here over the next few hours as we head on into closer to midnight, you start to see that the chances of rain do pick up a little bit. So out that way towards Clallam County, maybe even just a very small piece of it trying to work its way off towards the east. And we could see some development over this way towards Skagit County and Whatcom County. Keep an eye out for that, but otherwise it shouldn't play too much of a role into tonight's forecast or either into early tomorrow morning, where you can see some showers still in place, but most of what you're going to see will be pretty light stuff. And the line of rain where we are going to have it looks to be for areas here closer to the coast in the Olympic Peninsula, all the way up here to extreme northern parts of Snohomish County. Anywhere north of that line, you have a decent chance of seeing at least a few sprinkles, a few light showers out there. South of there, we're probably going to keep things dry until we head into the latter part of the day. This is 2:30 tomorrow, and you can see most of the rain still staying around some of the same spots, but it is beginning to become a lot more organized. And as we head into Tuesday night, that's 10 p.m., you can start to see more rain beginning to come in at that point. And we'll really start to see it come together heading into Wednesday late morning into the afternoon. And you can see by that time, more of an organized wave of rain coming in from the south at that point, and that's working its way northward, where it is going to help to produce more of the moderate to maybe some heavier showers, especially out towards the coast. And then we'll continue to see that start to work its way off towards the east. And by Thursday morning, check it out, we're still dealing with that system, but we're on the tail end of it, meaning that showers will be more on the decrease, but I don't think we're completely done with the rain at that point. Plus, we still have more weak disturbances that are going to be coming on through, so that will help to keep a lot of the cloud coverage in place, possibly for that total lunar eclipse. All right, let's talk about rainfall amounts, because we are expecting the majority and the heaviest rain to be out towards the coast. Typically, we see it out there, and it looks like we'll see anywhere between about 1 inch to maybe 2 inches of rain here through Thursday morning at 10 o'clock. Closer to Puget Sound, it's more around about 1/4 to 3/4 of an inch for not only just around Puget Sound, but for the rest of us here as we head on into that time. And forecast of snowfall, you can see that things are going to be piling up, especially up there around Mount Baker, where we could be closing in closer to about 1.5 feet, maybe even closer to 2 feet in those locations up across the North Cascades. South of there, we're going to be cold enough to support the snowfall around Snoqualmie Pass, Crystal Mountain, White Pass, and Stevens Pass. Just not going to be enough moisture to really produce any sort of high total. So we're generally talking anywhere between about 4 inches up to about 10 inches around that stretch of time. And then let's talk about what's happening, the forecast heading into Thursday night. We do have some precipitation around it, especially earlier on into the evening. That's 6 p.m. Some shower chances in place, and then we head to 11 p.m., just around the time where that partial lunar eclipse will begin to take shape, and we still have precipitation around the area. And with that, we mean a good amount of clouds still in place too. Could see a few breaks, but don't think the chances are looking to be too high. Don't want to completely dash our hopes, but as we continue on into the night, you see a lot of it's going to be held out towards the coast, which could help us out to a certain degree. It's going to be a little too late at that point, but we'll have more systems coming on through. So the general theme of the story is that we're going to keep things pretty active here as we go throughout the week, and that could play a pretty key role in terms of producing cloud coverage as we have the total lunar eclipse later on into the week. And we'll keep rain chances too as we head on into the weekend, so prepare for that. Temperatures, that will be another key part of the story here throughout the week. Each one of these days are expected to be cooler than average. Highs generally in the 40s, but a few lower 50s here and there. Normally, though, we should be about 53 degrees. And you can see that we really don't get back to that number maybe until the 18th, around the 19th, later on into next week. So it might be a little while before we do so. Temperatures tonight, a lot of low 40s, a few upper 30s in a few spots. And then as we head into the day tomorrow, expect to see highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. That rain chance coming in mainly towards the very latter part of the day here around Puget Sound and heading into tomorrow night. If you're out towards the coast or either near and north of Skagit County, keep an eye out for that rain just a bit earlier into the day. And then here's your 7-day forecast again. Highs in the 40s and the low 50s. Pretty chilly overnights too, and heading into the early morning hours where we see a lot of those numbers dropping down into the 30s. So we're in daylight saving time now. Welcome to daylight saving time, by the way. A lot of the sunsets that we're going to be seeing here over the next few days won't be quite as bright and beautiful. It'll be either a shade of lighter gray or darker gray, depending on how thick that cloud coverage is. And hopefully we can get some of those clouds to break apart just in time for the total lunar eclipse. Okay, everyone, enjoy your Monday evening. Talk to you soon.